Whoa. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So when you are seeing this video, it is actually the first video you're seeing where I am 17. Actually, that's a lie. I did post a video on my birthday, but you know what I mean. Today's video is going to be 16 things I wish I knew before turning 16. The current date is January 23rd. I am filming this 5 days before my 17th birthday, and I personally cannot believe I'm about to be 17. Like, that is just so crazy to me. When you're seeing this, I already am 17, but I did want to kind of film this video just to like commemorate my 16th year here on my YouTube channel. 16 was a crazy year, which is why I wanted to make this, just because I feel like 16 is such a special age. Not necessarily in a great way, but lots happens. It's just like a big pivotal event in like your teen years. I think that's why it's such a big deal, especially for like girls, anyone who like identifies as like a woman or like someone who's becoming a woman. It's like you have your sweet 16, you know? Like, it's a big deal. It's a big milestone to turn 16. I feel like it's almost like the transition from being a young teenager to being like kind of an older teenager. And so I just think that there's lots of questions that you might have if you're about to be 16 or if you're a teenager of any age. And so I wish I could go back to myself a year ago before I was about to turn 16 and I was still 15. That's crazy. And just give myself some advice. And so that's what this video kind of is. 16 was a whirlwind. Lots of good things happened. I made a lot of great friends, unexpected friends. I went to the Eras tour. I went to Europe for the first time. I took my first AP exam, SAT. I went into my junior year. So much happened. Oh, I got my license. So much happened this year. So many good things. Also lots of bad things. I broke up with the same guy twice. I got back together with him once. I got cheated on and my heart broken like a million times. So many crazy things happened. Lots of firsts. So I just kind of wanted to make this because 16 was like, it was a good year, but like it was also kind of a, what's the word? Like a tumultuous year, like very up and down. So that's why I'm going to make this video, because I feel like I have lots of advice that I wish I could give my past self, but since, you know, you can't go back in time, I'm gonna give to anyone watching this who's about to be 16 or like just younger than I am in general. So with that being said, let's get into these 16 things that I composed. Alright, so the first thing that I wish I knew before turning 16 is that roller coasters are expected. I do not know why before becoming a teenager even, or before becoming 16, I thought it was just a smooth ride and, you know, you go to parties all the time and laugh with your friends and go out with all these guys. No. Roller coasters are extremely expected, and what I mean by this is like things go up and down all the time. Everything is either super good or super bad, and that is normal. It's expected. Like, at this age, I didn't realize how much it was true. Like, especially around this age, like 16, things fluctuate so much. There's always drama, there's always something new going on, some different way you're feeling, and it's totally normal, obviously, as long as it's not like out of control, you know what I mean? So roller coasters are definitely expected and are definitely gonna happen in your 16th year. This can be a good thing, like the highs where like everything's super great, but then if everything comes crashing down, just know that's normal, because this is like the time in your life you're trying to figure a bunch of things out. So just realize that it's normal for things to feel like a roller coaster. My second thing that I wish I knew before turning 16 is that it is good to care. Guys, I could get into this in a whole other video, and like I probably will one day, because I am still kind of moving through like a breakup and just like getting over someone. It's not fun, it's not easy. I don't know when you're seeing this video, but it's been, I guess, for when you're seeing this, around 2 months since I broke up with this guy who it's just been going on for forever with him. And all along, like my whole process of trying to heal and even just like liking him and like going through all this heartbreak and stuff like that, I have shamed myself so much for like caring and always being upset about things. And I believe personally that it is good to care. You need to realize that caring shows that you care. It shows that you're a person who's alive with real feelings and emotions. And I, near the end of, I guess, my 16th year, like recently, I've really started to stop trying to play it cool and act nonchalant all the time. And I really think it's important to own the fact that you care, because I feel like that's a big part of like, I guess, what teens go through, like us around our age. Like we have to act like, oh, I don't care. If that happens, that's fine. If this happens, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I have no feelings. I'm a robot. And I personally think that that's stupid, and that you are so limited if you act like you don't care, and that you have to realize that it's good to care. Not only are you limited to being able to connect with other people and like relate to other people and really experience what you're feeling, but you will put so much pressure on yourself for caring or being upset about something or feeling like you need to rush to get over something. And personally for me, like it's been something that's been really like, I guess, dominant like throughout my whole 16th year. Like, why do I still care? Why do I still care? But I think that caring's a good thing, and certain things you should care about at this age, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you need to realize that caring shows that you care. It shows that you're human and that you have passion for things. So I don't know if you feel like that kind of applies to you, like you're someone who feels like you want to act like you don't care, just know that it is a strength, and it does take a brave person to be able to own that they care. And I'm slowly learning this more and more, that it is a beautiful thing to care. My third thing is that that finding joy in little things is so important. Genuinely, if you're always waiting for such a big event or something huge that's gonna drastically change your life to happen to make you happy, you will never be happy because those things are so rare. Like, for example, I went to the Eras tour this year. I was waiting and waiting for that, and it was such a great experience. Like, it was so amazing, and I found so much joy in that. But like, that was one day of the year. I guess that's what I'm like trying to say. Like, you can't constantly think that one thing is gonna make you happy. You've got to look for the joy in little things, especially if you're going through hard times when you're 16 or around this age. Little things, like if you have a really good meal, or if like you're having a nice laugh with your friend or a family member, or like even just noticing like how nice it looks outside, or playing with your pet or something like that. Just little things that make you happy. Try to find at least one positive thing a day. Like, I don't know, I like to sometimes make positivity lists. I noticed that helped a lot, like just really focusing on the good. I know it's cliche, I know everyone tells you this, but it really is so true, and it can really help you get through things if you focus on the good, because I feel like our brains have a tendency, especially around this age, to constantly focus on what's wrong and what's missing. But just like look around you. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you have a phone or computer or some sort of electronic device. That is something that not everyone can say that they have, and just noticing little things like this and being grateful for them can give you a lot of joy if you let it. The next thing is, and like I've known this for a while, like I've always been like a good daughter, but your mom is always right. Listen to your mother. My mom always is right, has always predicted everything that has ever happened with me, and I think at this point it's just stupid for me to go against her and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Your mom has been on this earth and has been a woman a lot longer than you have, so I'm just saying that she's probably right, and if she has a feeling about something or someone, she's probably right. She's always right. Moms are always right. And at the beginning of like my 16th year, I felt like, oh, I have to figure everything out all by myself because I know best. Sometimes it's really beautiful, or like just good for you, to be able to sit back and listen to the advice of those who came before you. I'm definitely not perfect. I definitely still get into fights with my mom over like things that I think I know, and like I definitely think that like you do know what's best for you a lot of the time, but your mom obviously has a lot more life experience and has been through things that you're probably going through and knows kind of what's gonna happen or like what you're feeling. So I would listen to her. Of course, everyone's relationship with their mom is different. I'm just saying. This kind of leads me to my next one, which is follow your gut. I feel like this is just like a life thing, and like obviously sometimes people's gut feeling isn't always right, but I've definitely like, okay, one shining example that I can think of is with this guy who cheated on me, right? I had a gut feeling like a few months before it actually came out that I was right, that he had cheated on me, and I let him talk me out of it. This is what I mean. You've got to follow your gut. If you sense something's wrong, you're probably right, because I just feel like you got to give yourself more credit, because your gut knows a lot more than what you give it credit for. And just like the way you feel around someone, if you feel constantly insecure around someone, if you feel like someone's lying to you, doing something behind your back, I mean, you're probably right about something. Like, people pick up on things very well. Like, there are things not even in what people say, but in body language. Like, follow your gut. Obviously, I'm kind of going through it in terms of trusting people right now, but I think that people can be capable of some deceptive shit. So personally, for me, I think that it is so important to follow your gut, because your gut is probably right if you're constantly getting a bad feeling. And I wish I had followed my gut a lot more, because it would have saved me a lot of time. Next one, which these kind of lead into each other really well. Heartbreak is really hard. I feel like when you're 16, I don't know, I just feel like around this age is when things could start happening with people you are romantically involved with, or people you like and just have crushes on, or even people you're friends with. If you start losing friends, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a very transformative period. I feel like I never really realized how difficult it actually was, and I always thought, oh, breakups, that's such a like fun teenage thing. I wanted to have my heart broken when I was younger because I wanted to go through something, but it's really hard. I feel like no one really understands just how difficult and consuming it can be until they've gone through it themselves. So I'm just saying that if you do end up going through that this year as a 16-year-old, it is really hard, and you need to validate that. Like, I've gone through my fair share of heartbreak this year, and it's not fun at all. So just saying, I wish I knew that, because I like was so excited to have all these experiences, but it's difficult. All right, next one. Same book will always have the same ending. Yes, this is to anyone considering getting back with their exes. This year, I told you I broke up with this same guy twice. I broke up with him, and then I reached out for closure and then we ended up getting back together again. And obviously that didn't go too well because around a couple months ago we broke up again because he cheated on me. Every situation is different, every breakup is different, every person is different, but usually things end for a reason. And like, okay, here's the thing. It is okay to get back together. You're going to make mistakes at this age. I'm just saying that the same book will always have the same ending, because especially at this age, like if you're saying that you just broke up with someone and you're around this age and you think that you want to get back together because
oh, maybe they've changed or maybe things will be different.
I don't think that much can change in a couple months. Maybe in like 10 years you guys could try again, or even like another couple of years, you know what I mean? But around this age especially, everyone is just trying to figure it out, and it's really difficult. Like relationships at this age are very difficult. That's why it's so common to have all this high school drama and so much going on with like guys or anyone you're attracted to. Like it's a lot of new things to figure out. And I'm just saying that if you get back with the same person and they were a liar, a manipulator, if they did things to you, it's probably not going to end well. Just warning you, and I don't mean to sound like, oh, I told you so, because when I got back together with this guy over summer, I was scared to call my best friend after because I knew that she was going to kill me, and she was right. Look how it ended. I mean, you're going to learn yourself, you're gonna make mistakes. I couldn't have stopped myself from getting back together with him, you know. You're gonna like who you like, whatever, but I'm just warning you that you should be aware and kind of not be blind about a situation you're getting yourself back into. And I wish I could tell myself this, because if I had never gone back with him, so much would have not happened. All right, next is comparison is the thief of joy. I do not know who said this. My family member said this, but I don't know if it's from somewhere, but it is so true. I have learned this from my friends. I've learned this from myself in comparison to like what classes I'm taking, what extracurriculars I'm doing, where I am in terms of like experience with like guys and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, guys, comparison is the thief of joy. Repeat that to yourself, write it down, because you're not living for anyone else but yourself. So you need to be happy with what you're doing and not have it be put in reference to other people. I don't know, I just feel like a lot of my friends, like they feel like behind or something because they haven't really ever been with a guy or like liked a guy, and comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, like I know people want to experience things and want to make sure that they're on the right track, but I'm just saying that you need to be happy with your own life choices and the way that your life is, because also there's probably so many other people who are exactly like you. For example, like if you feel like you're in classes that are kind of behind everyone else, there's probably so many other people in your boat. Or if you feel like, for example, personally for me, I feel like I've been heartbroken like in a way that's not normal for my age. Like there are so many people. Just go online, like talk to other people. So many people go through the same things that you do. So stop comparing yourself to other people, because you're all on a track to getting to where you need to be. And I need to remind myself this. Honestly, these things are also things that I'm bringing with me into my 17th year. Next, I'm reading this off my phone, by the way. Do things for yourself and not for other people. This applies to everything. If you have really demanding friends who want you to constantly put what they need first from you, don't do that. If you have people who are just trying to push you out of your comfort zone, don't do that. Do things that are going to make you happy, things that you are comfortable with, and do not do things for other people just to please them or just to make them happy or because you think that they'll be upset if you don't do something for them. Just saying that at the end of the day, a lot of people leave your life, so you want to be happy with the choices that you made as yourself. And this is like also what I mean, you know, like in terms of everything. Like for example, we can talk about activities. Like I don't know, if a friend's really pushing you to join a certain activity because like they want to do it with you, like this isn't even a personal experience, it's just something I just thought of. Only do it if it's what you want to do, because life is so short, and especially when you're 16, you want to figure out what you like. And also, we can apply this to guys. You should never be doing anything that you are not comfortable with. I think that this is something so important to tell to people. If you're watching this and you're younger than I am, you're about to turn 16, if you're about to have any kind of experiences with guys, you are in charge of yourself and you are not here to please anybody else. And if you want to do something, then great, but do not do it unless you 100% want to. On the other hand, on the other side of this, doing things for other people is so rewarding. I wish I told myself this a year ago, because I feel like these two are kind of in conflict almost. Because like on one hand, I'm saying don't do things for other people, but what I mean by that is don't do things for other people that are going to like upset you. What I mean by doing things for other people is rewarding is that when you do things for other people, it can really help develop you as a person who's more empathetic and caring and kind. One compliment someone could remember forever. Like I remember every time someone gives me a compliment, just because like, you know, people are really insecure. You never know what's gonna make someone's day. I just feel like it's so sweet when people go out of their way to do something for someone else that's gonna benefit someone else. And I don't know, I just think it can shape you into a really great teenager. So when you can, say something nice to someone, get someone the chocolate that they like if you know that they're going through a hard time. Just little things like that people will remember. Oh, I just knocked the camera. What did I just do? Next up, family and friends are so much more important than everything else. This is actually something something I learned when I was going through my first breakup with this guy. It was like actually a really eye-opening experience because I just always felt alone and I was like really upset a lot of the time, and I realized that like your family and your friends, they're there to make you happy. They're there to make you feel like you're surrounded by people, and your family and your friends are those people who probably, hopefully, should never leave you. They are really important people to have relationships and connections with. My mom always stressed this to me, like even a couple years ago when I was just becoming a teenager, and I was always like,
teenagers can have like their own life, go party, like do things, whatever.
But your family's who you come home to at the end of the day. Your friends are the ones who are there for you and have your back and you talk to, and hopefully you have their back too. So I'm just saying that it is very important to prioritize things with them. If you have the choice between going to a party or even sitting at home studying versus going out with your family for dinner, go with your family for dinner. You will remember that so much more. And obviously everyone's family situation is different. Everyone's friend situation is different. I'm just saying that family and friends are really so important. And especially when you're 16, like it will mean a lot to them if you take out time to spend time with them and don't act like a typical teenager. You know what I mean. Take time to prioritize your friends and family. This kind of leads me into my next point, and this is something I learned kind of near the end of my 16th year. Like I've known it forever, but like it really, I guess, amplified itself for me recently. Friendships with the right people are so beautiful and so fulfilling. My best friend is like the best friend that a girl could have, and obviously when you're in a romantic relationship, if it's a healthy one and if it's not anything like mine, it can be really fulfilling and it can be really beautiful, but it's really rocky in that area at this age. And so when you pick the right people to be friends with and people who are there for you and you're there for them and you can talk about everything, it is seriously so beautiful and just so fulfilling to have that ongoing connection with someone. I'm not even talking about like just my best friend. Like my best friend and I have been friends for like 10 years now, so I'm used to having that security with her. But through this whole process, I'm not going to give away too many details, but through this whole process of getting broken up with and finding out that this guy cheated on me and whatever, I made so many friends through this process because everyone realized what he was like and everyone rushed to my side, and it was seriously so beautiful. And now all these people I'm friends with are going through their boy problems and things like that, and we can all be there through each other for that. There's just something like, I don't know, the whole like girlhood thing on TikTok, there's just something so beautiful about being able to relate to other people around this age who are going through the same things, because growing up is hard, and so finding the right people to surround yourself with is so important, and it can be really unexpected people sometimes. Like my ex's ex-girlfriend, who he would always call crazy, and now she's like the sweetest girl I've ever met, and we are super close and text every day. Little side note, just a little tip, his ex is never crazy. He's probably the crazy one. Alright, next up, having respect for yourself comes before your emotions. When I broke up with this guy, when I found out that he cheated on me, I did not want to leave. I was so upset. I'm still upset. I'm still heartbroken, and you know, I really obviously cared a lot. I was with him for a while, but I forced myself to walk away. And when I'm really upset, I don't like necessarily think this. I'm being a bit of a hypocrite when I say this, but you do not go back to someone who cheated on you. You do not stay with someone who's disrespecting you. You having respect for yourself, especially at this age, and having a high self-esteem and making good choices for yourself is more important than the emotions that you're gonna have. And trust me, I know what those emotions are like. The amount I cried during my 16th year, and I still do. It's like, it's really difficult. It's really difficult with everything. Like a friend who's treating you badly, a boyfriend who's treating you badly, just with like any situation I feel like this can be applied to. You have to have enough respect for yourself to achieve happiness and peace in your life and not have those emotions get in the way where it's like, but if I don't have this person, like, no, you will do so much better on your own. I promise you. I'm like still healing, but I'm definitely getting to the point where I'm realizing like you need to have respect for yourself before those emotions come in. Just because you walk away doesn't mean it's easy. It's because you have enough respect for yourself to be able to do it and you prioritize that. All right, third to last thing, forgiveness is very important. I've just slowly, I guess, learned, especially like as the end of my 16th year has come about, resentment and grudges really get you nowhere, even if it's justified, even if the person who like did you wrong is totally deserving of it. It's really just like, I don't know, I feel like we are all just figuring it out. We're all around this age, and it's kind of pointless to hold on to grudges even if people deserve it, because you want to wish people well, you want to forgive people, because what are you gonna do? Sit and be resentful and hope that everything goes wrong for them? No, that just makes you a worse person, and you want to be a good person. So forgiveness is very important. Even if someone has done something to you that is really horrible, you should still be able to find it in you to forgive them. Obviously don't forget. I'm not saying you have to get over it. I'm just saying that you have to realize that it's something that someone did and you don't know what was going on in their life. It's not an excuse. I'm not excusing whatever someone did to you. Forgiveness actually allows you to feel happier and you to feel like you've achieved more peace. I feel like around when you're 16, like, and there's so much drama, it's like you have that kind of like resentful feeling and like you want to hold on to all these grudges because things are so dramatic and caught up in the moment. But overall, I'm just saying forgiveness is a very important thing to learn. Second to last thing, everything passes. Good moments pass, bad moments pass. Everything passes, so nothing is that serious. I swear it's actually so crazy just how fast things have like gone back and forth throughout my 16th year. Things can be really good and then they're really bad and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I would have enjoyed when it was better. Or something will be really bad and then it's like, oh, I'm happy again. Like, you never know what tomorrow holds. You never know what could change. Like, everything passes, and especially like at this age, it's so up and down. Like I said, my first tip, like everything is a roller coaster. It's crazy like how one day you can be having such a sad, hard day. Maybe you did badly on a test or you were feeling really heartbroken, and then the next day you do really well in school and you're having a great day. Everything passes. Like, seriously, please listen to me. Everything passes. Like, if I had to do a balance of kind of good and bad days in my 16th year, I'd say it's pretty balanced. Even though I've had a pretty hard year, it's pretty balanced. And my last thing, my 16th thing I wish I knew before turning 16 is you are not alone. I feel like at this age it is so easy to feel like you're alone, or like you're not doing the right thing, or like you're not like everybody else, and it's just the constant comparison game, and also the constant like isolating feeling of just feeling like the way you feel is like no one else could understand that. But you are not alone. I promise you, even if it's just me, like I understand what you're going through. So you are not alone, because these feelings are so universal. Everyone goes through hard times when they're a teenager. Everybody, I promise. And I've especially learned this through having closer friendships with people at my school and talking to my best friend all the time, obviously. The way that you feel is so valid because you're not alone in it. You're not the only person who's ever had your heart broken. You're not the only person who's ever struggled in school. You're not the only person who's ever lost their friends. Everyone goes through things like this, and like, I don't know, maybe that makes you upset because you feel like, no, my situation is special and unique. Of course it is. I'm just saying that like everyone goes through shit in high school when they're 16 and still figuring things out. So I'm just saying you are not alone. My DMs are open anytime. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that this video helped and that it wasn't a rambling mess. I don't really know when you guys are going to be seeing this video. Junior year is so crazy, but it will definitely be when I am 17, and so after my birthday. So this is probably my last time filming being 16, and that's just so crazy. I've been on YouTube since I was around 13, 14, and it's just really crazy. I love that I'm still making videos. I love you guys so much. I love all of you guys who have been there since the beginning, and also anyone new who would like to join. I just wanted to end with, like, again, 16 is a tough year. Being a teenager is tough, and so if anything, I hope that this video could help you guys out, give you guys some tips and insight into what it was like for me to be 16 and what would have helped me if I had known it before I turned 16. And so yeah, before you leave, please like this video, and if you made it to the end of this video, comment down below. 16 is so sweet because you are only 16 once. Enjoy it. If you're about to turn 16, happy early birthday, or happy birthday, or just like in general, whatever age you may be turning or whatever reason you're watching this video, good luck. And also please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I make tons of other videos for like girls around my age, girls around our age, whatever, just like relatable teen videos that I think you might find really helpful if you liked this video. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I love you guys. Bye.